Alrighty then, we are now live. Hello, internet people. We are here. I apologize for being late, but we are now present. Let me get the recap music going, and I'll put it in Discord for my players. They want to get in on that musical action. And make sure that's looping. It is looped. All right. Well, Captain, would you like to get us caught up on what happened last time on Spacers? Which I swear was a placeholder name, but then I never thought of a better one, so I guess that's just the name of the campaign now.
Yeah. Last time, we were at port. We dealt with our friend here, gave him all the paperwork and credentials that he needs to be a citizen of this galaxy. I was about to say this fine galaxy, but yeah, it's a galaxy.
It's a galaxy. You are now a citizen of Space America. Good job.
Yippee.
We then, as the captain, I realized we should probably get some work, get some credits flowing into our pockets so we can, eat. Went to a person we normally go to for jobs, and she had a job for us. And it was to clean out a mining colony of some critters, some creatures. And on
yes,
the way
a basic bug hunt. Don't worry about it.
Don't ignore the reason. Ignore the rats with squids for faces. They just have a flair for the dramatic. Get it out of your mind.
Literally.
And on the way there, we ran into some parasites. What was it? Drones?
Scarabs. Space scarabs.
Space scarabs. And we had to deal with that. And
yes, they tried to eat your ship. Metal eaters.
Our ship is currently damaged, and we cannot re-enter atmosphere, but we can fix it when we get to the mine.
Yes. Yes, it is. It needs to be put into dry dock, as it were. But I guess void dock. You know what I mean. It's fine for now, but you will need to deal with it before you can return to an atmosphere. For now, our heroes fly the Empress into the asteroid field and are approaching the location in question. The location in question is an asteroid, a large one, that has been dug into, and a base of operations has been set up for the miners. Both to mine out this asteroid and later to serve as a port, a home base, while ranging out into smaller asteroids that aren't fit for permanent colonies. It's a small base, mind. Maybe half a dozen workers, maybe half a dozen to a dozen workers to live and work. Not a city or anything like that. As you approach, your scans, Clank, indicates that the station still has power. Life support is still active, meaning you should be able to breathe inside the station. There are two entrances. A hangar, which is too small for a ship the size of the Empress, but you might be able to take a lifeboat over. And a secondary airlock, which seems man-sized for a small team of people to do spacewalks out on the surface. How do you plan to approach the situation? Oh, I will remind you, Mr. Johnson, who hired you for this job, did give you codes in order to access the station's systems. So you will be able to unlock the doors with the appropriate access codes. And if you manage to make your way to the station's security consoles, you'll be able to access the ship's or the station's security systems, their camera feeds, and all that.
So long as a rat didn't chew through the cables.
So long as a rat hasn't chewed through the cables. However, as I mentioned, the power does still seem to be on, or at least the emergency power.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, somebody.
Big does this ship, the station seems like? Like it's about 3 times big as our ship.
It is larger than your ship, yes. As I said, the hangar, though, is not large enough to accommodate the Empress. The hangar seems to be designed for smaller craft, personnel transports and things, not a small warship like the Empress. The station itself, though, as I said, looks like it could house maybe up to 12 people. It's small. It's not we're not dealing with a mining town. We're dealing with
it's a
mining
couple
base.
Of cabins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question, just more of like bookkeeping. Last time, did you say that the rest of the trip would have been a long rest or a short rest?
I said it would be a short rest.
Okay. Just checking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, by the way, Kakashi is on hiatus for right now, and will not be able to join us today. But her character, Hesky, will still be joining you, because I did not readjust all of my encounter balance to account for not having a 5th member of the party. How I normally will handle this is Hesky's just going to kind of stand in the background unless you specifically ask them to make a check and accept in combat. If any of you are familiar with playing a sorcerer and would be comfortable controlling Hesky during combat, I will happily give the control to you.
Yeah, I'd be I can do it. I'm a finger wiggler at heart.
Okay. All right, then, Puzzle. I will go ahead and I will give you access to Hesky's character sheet.
Don't die.
Yes. Do try to avoid death. But
they come back and they have to re-roll a character.
Real quick question for short rest: is the mobility booster recharged on a short rest or a long rest?
Technically, it recharges when you replace the battery, which, in this case, means you can recharge it as part of a short rest on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, you just have to recharge the battery. Several of the space objects work under those rules, which basically just means you have to get back to the ship or the base. But it won't recharge if you're in the field. If you take a short rest in the dungeon, and the dungeon, doesn't have outlets. You understand.
I get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just clarifying.
Yeah. So yes, your mobility booster should be recharged. Or there's no reason Clank couldn't have swapped out the battery.
Okay.
All right.
We can't get into the hangar, so maybe is there an easy way to make sure the ship is just hanging by like a tractor beam grapple hook thingamajig?
Yeah, so
okay.
What you can do is you can have the ship you can have your ship lock on to the asteroid. The autopilot can keep it in the appropriate position, and you can extend a tube from your ship to the airlock, which would allow you to walk from your ship to the asteroid mine. Or if you don't trust having a direct connection to the ship, you could have the Empress just land on the asteroid and spacewalk over. But that will require you all to be in spacesuits as your armor slot, because that would require a spacewalk. Whereas if you do an airlock tube, then you can have whatever type of armor mod you want.
I say we go for the airlock tube.
Yeah, especially because even if something is there and can get across, it's only 1 point of entry, and we can just cut it.
Also, it basically takes away my freaking unarmored defense crap.
I have no problem with it. Either way. So, tube it is?
I mean, of course you don't have a problem with it. You don't have to put on a suit.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny part. You guys need to breathe.
Let's tube it up.
All right.
Make ourselves some Go-Gurt.
All right. Jamela pilots the ship in, moving in close to the asteroid. As you approach, you come in over the station. You take a visual scan. You don't see anything concerning on the outside. You have the ship's computer adjust your ship's rotation and location to automatically stay at a fixed point relative to the surface of the asteroid, and you extend a docking tube to the airlock. Machinery connects. The tube is pressurized, and you are able to approach the airlock. Change the map. And let me snap your view.
Oh my
Right.
God, snap.
Alright. And let me change the music. Whoops. Some exploration music. Gabe. As you make your way up, you find the airlock. There is a passcode that needs to be entered. You were given this code code as part of the information Mr. Johnson supplied for you. You don't need to break your way in. You tap in the code. You open the airlock. Move everyone up. You open the next door as well. It seals the passage behind you, opens this one. You find yourself in what seems to be a locker of some sort with a space-worthy exosuit.
I'm gonna walk over to the suit. Oh look! I need to fucking look at that.
Clank. Oh. Playing two songs at once accidentally. Clank, as you walk up to this this exosuit, it appears to be a bit of mining equipment. It is designed to boost the strength of the wielder, or rather, to provide artificial muscles. Someone wearing this would effectively be very strong. However, it is not, though it is sealed and space-worthy, it is not armor. It would not protect someone from a laser rifle shot in any meaningful capacity.
Who
It
is
is
this man?
mining equipment.
It's a sort of armor, I guess you can say. It's very lovely armor, to say the least.
Can I
can-
roll Can I roll perception in the room?
Sure.
Just to see if there's anything out of the ordinary and whatnot.
Go ahead. Alright. Jamela, as you scan over the room, you do not see anything unusual. There's no sign that there's been any violence in this room, nor is there any sign of, squid-faced rat monsters. It looks safe, at least.
Alrighty then.
We're taking that later, by the way. But I don't think I have enough time to really enjoy it as I caress the chest of it.
Look, we don't ask what goes
Gross.
on behind when we go to sleep, so...
Not like that, you fucking butters.
Can I just glance through the lockers, if there are any are open, see if there's anything that could be useful?
Yeah, as you look through the lockers, you find a lot of spare uniforms, some Under Armour sort of things, a variety of different sized boots and jumpsuits, which seem to go with this armor. But also you do find in one of the foot lockers at the bottom of these cases, someone has left behind a laser pistol, with a fully charged battery next to it.
Okay. I grab that and go like, all right, who needs some extra arms?
I'd already got 2.
Arms, I have 2 of them already.
Okay, just to clarify, I pull out 2 laser pistols. I meant literally I have 2 of them.
Yeah,
Were we given the authority to commandeer items from this area?
Don't worry about it. They're probably all dead.
Well,
Oh.
The owners are probably all dead.
Well, no, I mean, they didn't give us exact permission, but if something happens to go missing, there's a lot of damage. Who can really keep track of what's missing?
And plus, I imagine the price that this gun is going to be is nothing compared to getting their mine back up and running.
Or disarmor.
I see.
Yeah. The cost of a laser pistol to a company like this is sort of like an accounting error. That's a rounding error,
We're stealing
you know?
paper clips.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
And of course, you don't necessarily know if this is even the company's gun or if this is just someone's personal firearm.
Yeah, and I would imagine if we even find that person, we just go like, hey, we used your gun to like save your life or avenge you.
Yeah.
So unless anybody else could use an extra firearm, I'll just keep it on my person.
Works for me.
Alright,
Yeah. I don't think I'm proficient in firearms, actually.
Actually, well, stray justice wouldn't be, but for everyone else,
Yep.
a pistol is considered a simple weapon. So everyone is proficient with a pistol.
Does this room have a camera in it?
It does. There is a single security camera in one of the corners.
Okay, that's a good sign. Hopefully this place is well surveyed.
Mm-hmm. The door to the next room is quite large. It's a quite large sliding door.
I would like to slide the door.
Alright. Stray Justice, you go up, and the door does not slide to your hand. Clank, you see a pin pad to enter another code. Again, you already have these.
Go ahead, try it again. Really put your back into it. As I just put in the code.
As you do so, the door slides open and reveals what seems to be a storeroom or warehouse of some sort. Various metal crates line the walls. And in the center of the room, there appear to be 3 human bodies laid out in various states of death and decay, wearing naught but tattered jumpsuits.
Wait. Is a nest.
Huh?
Is a nest.
For
What he's trying to say
rat?
is this might be a trap.
What I'm
And that
saying is
they
this is
might
where
be-
they probably would have stored the food.
Good.
That means they could be here right now. So
I
be
mean, I
careful.
think Straight Justice here would probably eat them too. I don't know.
Well, that's not the point. We're not
Okay,
trying
No
to...
offense to you.
Came here to kill the rats.
Okay, well, that's good.
If this is where the rats are, then this is where we should be.
Just got... Give them a heads up.
All right.
Alright. Stray
real quick,
Justice. Alright, I need...
Yeah.
I'm gonna need everybody to make a perception check, but I also want to hear what Gabe was trying to say.
I was gonna see if I could do a medicine check on them in a moment. So let's.
Alright. Everybody succeeds.
Yippee.
So as you guys make your way past these racks of metal chests, you detect hidden between 2 of them
Uh-oh.
this beautiful fellow.
Hmm.
Oh,
Thank God I don't dream.
It doesn't
His
attack
funny
immediately. It seems to be trying to hide, squeezed between some of the metal crates.
Is he, like, in reaching distance if you, like, go over to it?
Yeah, if you stretch.
Could I
if you
use my
stretch.
could I use my pseudopod to freaking grapple him?
You could try.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
It'll be a grapple check, so that's an athletics, opposed by, in his case, dexterity.
Could I do acrobatics instead of athletics?
No, initiating a grapple is always athletics. As far as I remember. You just gotta beat a
Beat
5,
that
though.
5. Get him.
Alright. Jamela, you extend your pseudopod down there, and as you reach and you grab the squid-faced rat monster. It squeaks, and its allies will react. There is suddenly the sound of giant rodents of unusual size banging against metal crates. Because of your previous perception checks, you will not be surprised, and we will roll initiative.
Rip.
Initiative for each Ilthirat individually. Change the sets to turn over there. And let me hit up the combat music. And
Nice.
Puzzle, if you could roll Heskey's initiative as well.
Oh, right, crap. Hold on. Let me go find Husky. Probably
Get a
right in
little-
the back anyways.
Dead Space combat music. Trying to adjust that volume. There we go.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Husky.
Hesky, very distracted, not paying attention. Suddenly, violence. All right, Captain Gabe. As soon as Jamela has grabbed and pulled this Ilithirat out of between the boxes,
Hey, Cap, I got... Oh.
you realize you are under attack. Captain Gabe, what will you do?
I take out that laser pistol and aim it because I'm like basically point blank, aim it right at the creature and just get it done with, get it dealt with.
All right, you aim the blaster and fire at point blank range. Oh no. A 9 will not hit. The creature squirms and moves, displaying its above average dexterity, avoiding the point blank shot. Anything else from Gabe?
Nothing I can think of unless... No, I'll say it next to Jamela, so just in case things happen.
All right.
Maybe move just above me.
Yeah, I'll move up here and get that critter when it comes down.
Okay. Stray Justice.
These items, these what are they?
They are like large metal crates. You, as a cool barbarian, can definitely just jump up on top of one and hit this guy.
Oh, that guy's on top of that one. Right. That
Well,
makes sense.
they're like coming out from between them. But yes.
From between them, you say?
Yes.
I would like to slam the crates together.
Okay. I will allow that. You may make you may roll athletics as the form of an attack.
Bonus action to rage and athletic strength check. I have advantage from raging, so that's a 17.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead then and roll me 3d6 plus your strength.
All right. My strength is +3, so that'll be 14 damage.
14. All right. You slam it together, crushing this rat. It was quite happy squeezing into the small space there, but as the small space became a tiny space, it was very unhappy. So long as Stray Justice does not move, this rat will be considered grappled, pinned between these two things, and unable to hit anyone who doesn't move into melee combat with it.
Excellent.
All right.
There are ghosts swarming.
There are ghosts swarming.
Yes.
All right.
There's Ghost Shawarma?
All right.
A weird way to say your stomach's growling.
The rat held in Jamela's hands makes a terrible squeaking, squealing noise that Jamela feels like nails on a chalkboard in your brain. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Hold on a sec. Wait, what the fuck?
Ruh-roh.
There we go, okay.
All right. That is your DC. So you are successful at resisting the effect, although you will still take half damage. So you will take 5 psychic damage and resist the urge to run for your life.
Okay. So basically it did the dissonant whispers, and it's just like I don't even have a brain.
That's a weird song you're singing there.
If you only had a brain.
All right. This Ilithirat is currently restrained by stray justice. Let's see. It will attempt a dissonant whispers on stray justice though to rectify its situation.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. All right. Stray justice. You must use your reaction now. You will take 11 psychic damage and must use your reaction to move as far away from this Ilithirat as your speed allows.
Alright. Let's see here. My speed allows me to go there. Oops, just 1 second. Yeah.
30 feet. The box then slides back out. It is no longer restrained. It will then move. Will then make its move. Getting out from between the boxes and threatening Clank.
Oh boy.
Jamela.
Yeah, the one that I have grappled, I have advantage on it, right? Forgot how that works.
Unless you have a feat or something that
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
changes
punch it.
that, then. All right, that
was
looks
not
like
supposed to be my force shorts. That was not supposed to be that attack. I was using my fists, but
Okay.
they're literally the same thing, anyways.
Yeah.
So that's 6 bludgeoning, 5 electric. Bonus act.
Okay.
Bonus act, or using my second fist.
19 will also hit.
19.
Mhm.
8 bludgeoning, 5 electric.
All right, so that's 13 damage.
And that'll be it.
All right. So Jamela, with one pseudopod wrapped around this Ilithirat, you begin pounding its face. These things, though, seem quite sturdy. They are not, and to remind you, these are not rat-sized creatures. These are like the size of medium-sized dogs. They are not.
You are holding a Labrador Retriever.
And punching it in the face until it dies.
Hell yeah.
All right. Anything else from Jamela?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right then. This rat comes running out and is going to attempt to eat Gabe's armor.
Oh.
A natural 1 will not eat Gabe's armor. However, Gabe, you see as it leaps at you, or in your general direction, you easily sidestep the attack, that its tentacles are splayed out and are dripping with acid. And its teeth are not any bone fangs you are familiar with.
Delightful.
Yes. Clank.
I'm going to drop kick this rat.
All right. Drop kicking rats.
Literally just scurries out. 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 What the fuck? And then fucking kick.
All right. Yes. Oh man, I forgot you had the Thunder Gauntlets. All right.
Yep.
Clank, good news! You have learned something about Ilthirats. They explode when thunder damage is applied. They are vulnerable to thunder damage. The squid part seems to vibrate and bleed massively from the thunder damage. And then with the electrical damage that will finish it off, this one's head explodes as you drop kick it with a thunderous kaboom.
Fuck, that went a lot better than I thought.
Do that again.
It seems like sound is their weakness. As I'm going to walk over here and then do it again.
Alright, bonus action, punching in. Alright, so that's 16 from the thunder, and then another 6. 22 total.
And then that would be my goal.
Right. As Clank
Oh, and it
comes
has
over and...
Sorry.
Hmm,
It has
disadvantage.
on anyone that has done. Yes.
Right. I'll give it a sad face for that. Yes, so this Ilithirat gets his head rang by the thundering gauntlets. It squirms and hates the sound of this explosion of noise. Down here, this one is going to come out from between its boxes and charge forward to defend its territory. Hesky.
Hesky, hi. Okay, thunder damage. Hesky looks, smiles. Oh, thunder damage. I think. Bummer, I don't. Thought she had shatter, but nope. Oh well. I will go and throw a firebolt at that one over here.
Alright, firebolt.
Seven.
17 will hit.
3 fire damage.
Alright. Some damage
And
is
I'll
dealt.
move Hesky over here.
Alright.
Actually, wait. Before Hesky's done, let's do a tactics on the Ilithirat.
Alright. Make an intelligence check. 12 is sufficient. Ilithirats have the following traits you can learn. They have damage resistance. They have a damage vulnerability. You've already learned this one. They have the traits Unusual Nature, Earth Eater, and Pack Tactics. They have actions Metal Gnaw and Dissonant Whispers. You've already seen
Okay,
Dissonant Whispers.
Am I able to get one trait?
Yes, you may get to learn
Let's
the...
go for the damage resistance.
Alright. Damage resistance. They are resistant to psychic damage.
Yeah, okay, I thought so.
It was a safe
Man,
bet.
that
It
was
was
my
a safe
primary.
bet. It was a safe bet, but yes. Okay. Now this Ilithirat is going to dash forward to there. Coming up from below. Captain Gabe, you are surrounded by rats.
All right. So let's try this a fucking again. I'll aim at the one that just came up past Jamela.
This one? Okay.
Laser pistol. There we go.
21 will hit, yeah.
All right. 13 damage.
13 damage. And we'll leave it with 2 hit points.
Wow. Yeah, can't do nothing. Don't think I can.
All right.
Yeah, nothing.
Do you have a? You could do an air pistol if you're offhand.
You know what? I do have my regular pistol, so yeah.
It's light, that is.
Mm-hmm. Alright, 16 will hit. And I know those do 2d6. I know your auto pistol does 2d6. So minimum damage will kill. Yeah, Gabe pulls out now dual wielding pistols, laser pistol in one hand, old fashioned in the left. Fires two shots into this Ilithirat, which drops dead with a squeak.
Now I'm doing the Kimbo. There's doves and papers flying everywhere. We're in John Woo movie.
All right.
Execute.
And and will that end your turn?
Yes.
All right. Stray Justice.
In a whirlwind of ghosts that I've eaten, I'll take one step forward and address this large rat with the sentence, "It was unwise of you to save us the effort of tracking you down." And then I'm gonna miss.
Oh no.
And then I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. Tragic. All right. This is now the creature held by Jamela. Let's see if it gets its Dissonant Whispers back. This is a recharge ability. Needs to roll a 6. It did not. So it will simply use Metal Gnaw. It will attempt to bite Jamela. Does 13 hit the monk? I asked, expecting the answer no.
No.
All right then. Jamela, counterattack.
I'm going to negotiate with my fists.
All right, aggressive negotiations with the rat. 18 will hit. 9 damage will not kill.
Negotiations have ended. Peace was never an option. Boom.
Negotiations complete.
Woo! And Jamel.
The Ilithirat is no longer capable of negotiations.
She stretches backwards. This is for Flair, by the way. She just stretches backwards and slingshots herself over here.
All right. And will that conclude Jamela's turn? I believe so.
You know what? No, tactics.
Okay. Make it
I don't
into
know if
tactics
there's
check.
anything else, but hell, why not?
All right, 13 is a success. You can see that
Let's go.
list from above.
I want to see what Earth Eater is.
All
I
right.
mean, Pack Tactics is a no-brow freak. They're about to get Pack Tactics. Okay. But yeah, I'm very curious as to what Earth Eater is.
All right. Jamela, looking over this creature, and its weird tentacle acid face and the metal teeth in inside of it, you realize some things about how this creature works. It has been genetically engineered for this purpose. It consumes a diet of inorganic compounds and elements common in asteroids around the Imperius system, and then uses alchemical processes in its guts to transmute the necessary compounds of life out of this inorganic rock, while leaving valuable elements untouched.
Oh.
This rat is designed to eat asteroids and poop out gold and silver and other valuable rare minerals.
I look at this and look at the composition and go, wait a second. This thing shits gold. I think we have a problem here.
Does that make
Like-
it any more durable?
No. It's
Then
just
kill it.
it's a clue to something more sinister here. But yes, that ends my turn.
All right, Clank.
I'm going to move down here,
Okay.
and I am going to first do tactics as well. Just might as well learn some more about the rat and have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, I'm ignoring that second thing.
Ignoring-
I turned off.
All right, ignoring the +4, that's an 11, which is insufficient.
Oh,
All right. Turn that off real quick. Sorry. I am going to smack the rat, but trying not to kill it.
Okay. Going for non-lethal damage. 16 will hit. And that'll be a total of 18 damage.
And then the offhand attack to really, just really going to ham on it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. 4 and 6 is 10. Alright. The rat is disorientated by the thunderous kabooms. Its ears are bleeding, but it is quite alive. Does that conclude
Oh.
Clank's turn?
Yep, that's all I can do.
This Ilithirat begins their turn. They don't like the booms. They want the booms to go away. They tell the booms to go away. Make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Alright,
Nice.
you will save and take half damage. That'll be 4 psychic damage to Clank. And the Ilithrat will then also use its movement to move up to give his buddy pack tactics.
oh no, the tactics.
Yes. Now it will be Hesky's turn.
Alright, Husky's gonna be like, yeah, let me help you out there from afar. And everyone's favorite.
Fairy fire.
Feather fall.
I mean, should I?
Oh,
Oh, wait, no,
I had.
no, she doesn't have fairy fire. or
Is that a sorcerer spell?
I think
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, it is, but Husky doesn't have it. Nope, that's not gonna hit. Okay, that's Husky's turn.
Alright.
Alright. Alright. This Ilithrat is going to do the same thing. He would like the booming to go away. Please repeat that wisdom save.
Woohoo! Not
Alright.
me.
Alright. 12 psychic damage. And Clank, please run away.
Got it.
Have fun. Goodbye.
Do I run now or at my turn?
You use your reaction to run.
Oh, okay.
And this Ilithrat will take an attack of opportunity. With advantage because of back tactics.
That's a miss.
Here. All right.
Nice.
Gabe.
Let's just want to know where. I shall move right here, and I'll take a shot at the rat closest to me
Okay.
with the laser pistol.
You.
God damn it! I double clicked it by accident. So take whichever one you feel.
All right, I would take the first one, which would be the 17. So the 17 will hit.
Nice.
There we go.
All right.
Damage.
A badly wounded yet still threatening Ilithirat remains. Would you like to offhand?
Yep. So do a law pistol.
Nice.
That'll hit. And once again, you had left it with 2 hit points, so that will.
On the 2 hit point kid.
Executor.
And there you go. Another couple of shots, more gunfire echoing through the station, leaves it quite dead. Stray Justice.
All right. Hop over here. And go here. And go hit this guy with a reckless attack. I don't see any more rats, so there's no way for this to backfire. Yay, reckless!
Love it when the reckless attack saves the day.
That is 20 because I still haven't macroed in my rage damage.
Okay, 20 damage. That will not entirely kill the rat.
And then I end my turn.
Alright, now it will have disadvantage to attack anyone who isn't Stray Justice.
Yes, it will.
Jamela.
I'm gonna let my fists do the talking. Yeah,
12
that's not
is the
okay.
exact number you need.
Oh. 11.
Let's
11.
just say 11.
The rat
Oh.
says, ow, but not, I'm dead. Bonus action? And that's a dead rat. Jamela, how do you
Nice.
finish it off?
I give it the 1-2. I hit it up in the air for an uppercut, and then I jump down and I slam it down, and it just like KO. Boom, down, dead. And it just goes to the ground and squeaks, and its last squeak and just flops over.
So one could say, "Come on and jam, Ella, and welcome to the slam, Ella."
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Ella. AA. And I just go, yeah!
I felt like I just took 12 points of psychic damage.
Regardless, the warehouse, or whatever you would call this place, goes quiet.
If it's a warehouse, do we have to worry if it's a full moon?
Is there any indication we should attack these corpses?
Would
The corpses do not seem animate in any way. They,
Okay.
as you approach, they look as if they have been dead for some time. They're they seem to be dressed in sort of torn up jumpsuits. There is a lot of blood pooled around their heads and faces. Their bodies have acid marks on the flesh. You notice that it looks like they were previously wearing some sort of protective suits, which have been mostly eaten away.
I see.
Well, no,
Interesting.
there was rats on this place. They shouldn't have been. It's not like they had to be here for a reason. But at least we got that unearthed. Can I take a look at the rats and see if I can figure out why they're squidified?
You could attempt. Make an, we'll say, Arcana check.
Okay.
It's difficult to tell. As far as you know, this is not a... You can only rule out some things. For one, these don't appear to be a natural species to you. This galaxy is big and strange and filled with bizarre creatures, but this doesn't feel like a naturally occurring monstrosity from some weird planet. You can't rule it out, but it doesn't feel like it. Your guts tell you no. What also seems wrong is that this doesn't match. Well, the squid tentacle bits definitely make you think of a Ilthid. The process doesn't look, or it doesn't feel like something the Ilthid would make.
Would I also learn about it, like oops, gems and all that?
Yeah. As you examine it, you can see that there is some rat waste in here, and that waste has a large percentage of gold and silver and other rare earth metals.
If I may posit something, I think Can I speak as Hesky? Because this is the kind of thing Hesky would know. Or as Jamela. Up to KB.
But I'm just gonna be saying all that like, oh, I don't think this is all that. Share it to everyone.
Yeah, Paulson, you can have you can play Hesky for today. That's fine.
Okay. I did get Brushi's permission.
Okay.
Well, at least for combat. But I posit that these Ilthirats were maybe working with the miners, because they create gold, and this seems to be would be a great infinite money glitch, you know?
I don't think this is necessarily making money. I think this is more purification. Instead of sifting through a bunch of rocks to find which ones are good, just give it to some rats, they eat it, and they sort it out for you.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking that the rats were able to do that before the whole face thing.
And then Jamela's gonna pop up and be like, I have to agree here. I think that these things may have just may have been working with the company, but went rogue. However, if we want to get paid, we probably shouldn't say anything.
And just as a reminder, I don't think Ilthirats are the ones that made it, so they might have also...
No, they aren't.
I'm just kind of more like speaking freely, and we can interpret however Gabe would say it, but what if the whole squadification was internal company sabotage or corporate espionage of like, we want to fuck with the mine, let's infect these rats that they're using to distill stuff and fuck them up.
That's kind of what I was implying. Just the company did, not necessarily the espionage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, can I look inside the rat to see if there's any goodies, minerals?
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
Guess the whole goddamn
dissect.
crew is weirdo kleptomaniacs.
You dissect some, and you do find that there is some valuable ores in each one.
yep.
You may collect five Ilithirat poops worth of gold.
That one is already dead. Why are you still attacking it?
It has goodies inside that can be helpful for later.
Speaking of goodies being inside of things, is it a barrel?
Yes, that is a barrel.
Can I open the barrel?
Yes. The barrel
What is
is
in the barrel?
The barrel is filled with beer.
Ah, more challenge liquid. I'm gonna close the barrel.
All right. All right. Where to next? Or what will you do now?
I think we should take the bottom left door down there behind things. That's where I'm feeling, because it looks like it also doubles back into the other side. And there may be some specific rooms over in that direction, you know what I mean?
That works for me. I'm also gonna use a minute just to cast mending on myself.
Good idea.
Bending and bending.
It's lovely.
Defragment your hard drive after that psychic damage. Jamela and Hesky,
What's a
are you
hard
coming
drive? Yeah.
You open the door to the next room, and you see what seems to be some sort of computer system. It's not a lot of interfaces in here, but this seems to be some sort of mainframe rack or server racks. The door through here opens automatically and reveals someone's workstation. Sat on the workstation is a data pad. You notice that there's also a hammock strung up in here. Someone worked long hours.
I'm gonna look at the data pad.
Right. The data pad has a video recording on it.
Oi, come over here. I found something.
Oh my god, we're in system shock.
Yes. Yes, I have recorded video data logs for you to find. By recorded, I mean I wrote them down and will be performing them live. But
Nice.
if I were cool, I would have pre-recorded them with a bunch of, static
Professional voice
radio voice actors or something, but with like sound effects and things. But I am not that cool, so unfortunately.
I hired Morgan Freeman for this one role. What?
Go on a Cameo and
Cameo, yeah.
get him. All right, Clank. As you play the data, it displays a hologram of this individual who is speaking, and whose name you are about to learn is Dr. Blank. Dr. Blank's log. Day 2, first day of testing the Ilthirats. Today's testing went well overall. The Ilthirats were easily coaxed into eating the asteroid, even when placed in a vacuum, such as the outside portions of the ship. Station. However, while working alongside the miners, we discovered that they are very sensitive to loud noises. One of the rats suffered ear bleed being too close to the heavy machinery, and all fled from the loud noises. This issue was noted, however, seeing as they are already capable of long-term survival in a vacuum, where sound is not an issue, I believe this to not be a major bug in their design. The data log ends, and you have learned what you have already learned, that they are vulnerable to thunder damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it
I
definitely
will-
does seem like they were genetic experiments, and something went
All
awry.
of it.
And I will
I'm
also
able to
add this to the ship's log section of Discord.
Okay. Could
data
I
number 2.
access the mainframe, I guess?
So this computer system is actually not one of the ones you were given access codes to. You try all of the codes you were given, and access is denied each time. You can attempt to hack into it, though.
Fucking cracks knuckles. Child just have to.
As Clank starts going into that, Stray Justice, as you approach this door here, you see it opens automatically, and you reveal a room filled with various machinery and lab equipment. Stray Justice, these pieces are beyond your comprehension. But Jamela, as you peer in, being as you're standing right there, you see a variety of, as I described before, lab equipment, but also holding chambers for lab animals.
Oh.
Which are all empty at the moment.
Okay, that's both good and concerning. Is it dark in here?
No, there are light. The station is still powered. There are lights on in the ceiling.
We
Okay.
should be on guard. The walls are shifting.
What do you mean the walls are shifting?
I walk away from the automatic door.
Oh, don't worry
The
about
automatic
the
door closed.
See, it's automatic. Don't worry about it. See, and I like step up to it, make it go.
Door opens
Hmm.
again. It has
Don't
been a
worry,
pleasure
it's
opening
fine.
for you
design
today.
for a wall.
It's called a door. Have you ever heard of a door? You know,
Yes.
it separates chambers. Yeah, this is a door.
Where is the handle?
There is no handle. You're in space. Don't worry about it. It's fine. See, Eski's going through it right now. It's perfectly fine. You know, the handle is you getting close to the door. I'm gonna perception the room.
All right. Go ahead. Jamal, as you were very careful, walking around this room, you do not find any Ilthirats hiding in here. You get the feeling from your 16 perception that they might not like this room.
Oh.
Hey, we're safe in this room. They don't like it here. I assume that they were probably experimented on in here.
Does whatever this thing is spin?
Yes, that is a spinning stool rolly chair.
Oh, it's a chair. I see.
Yes.
Very, very high tech.
When I zoom in, yeah, it looks like it looks like a little rolling stool next to a desk. So, yes.
I would like to equip it.
All right. Stray Justice,
Oh,
are you
yeah.
sitting in the chair, or are you using it as an
Yeah.
improvised weapon?
No, I'm using it as a vehicle.
All right. Stray Justice, you have discovered rolling chairs. This is a great discovery for your people.
Can see me
I
now.
found a chariot. Ow.
Jamela and
gives a
Hesky are
bang and
laughing
just-
their asses off.
Gabe just walks in and just goes like, I heard a bang. What happened?
Don't worry. It was Straight Justice discovering rolling
Discovered
chairs.
wheels.
It's all round.
Oh god. It is another one.
Another what? I mean, I know I did the same thing, but come on.
Meanwhile, Clank, if you wish to make a computer's check to get into Dr. Blank's computer, you may do so at this time. Oh
I'm
my.
using guidance and built for success.
All right. Well, a 32 will do it. And I will let you know that the doctor's security was not trivial, but Clank somehow manages to bypass all of it and get into the computer system. You have access to all of the controls for all of his lab equipment, along with all of his detailed testing data for the Ilthirats.
Did they have tentacles?
They did. In fact, you get a diagram of the anatomy of one, and it seems that they did initially have tentacles. The tentacles secrete an acid which softens rock and the like. Their teeth are made of a hardened gemstone material that can break through most types of ore. They use their acidic tentacles to soften rock, and then they break it up with their gemstone teeth, which they then swallow. You then see all of this, data on how their guts use an alchemical process designed specifically to transform silica into and silica compounds into fats and proteins to nourish the rat, while leaving a variety of rare components or rare metals unaffected, which then pass through their digestive system with the minimal undigested, fats and protein waste.
I yell for everyone to.
And you also find lots of data about like his extensive details, how much they can eat in a day, how much they can process,
I see.
and things like that, which seems to be what he was studying.
I'm gonna yell for everyone and just say like something along the line. Oi, come here! I found something. Again.
Soup.
And whenever it goes in, I turn the monitor to show him basically the rat. Seems like it's supposed to have tentacles.
Hmm.
This isn't espionage. This isn't anything. This is what they were. That was the end goal.
So we're looking at something went wrong in some fashion or form.
I think the zookeepers got bitten by the tigers.
Yeah.
That being
Well-
said, by the way, is there any other experiments besides rats?
There are no other experiments that it seems that Dr. Blank was keeping records on here.
Damn. Oh. That being said, I'm sure this is only one of them. Because remember that picture we got in the beginning? Thing was the size of a fucking... Well, me. So I'm concerned about that. Oh, I also have access to all this lab equipment.
What does it do?
Let me put it to you this way. I can make you more like the rats.
Why?
Well, if you find more body modification, you can make your teeth better, your claws sharper, even possibly, depending on the DNA, your muscles stronger.
Ooh.
Theoretically, that is. I don't know if they have anything like that. I'm just saying generically modification, that is. So, with that being said, I'm not too fancy on tinkering with any of you. Myself, that's a whole nother matter. But I'm not even my own.
Right.
And, yeah, that's the biggest thing I wanted to show you.
Does your little information box have any idea how many rats there are?
How many are there? Can I tell how many are there?
Initially, there were, in all of his records, he only speaks of there being 5, which you just killed 5.
As far as the records say 5.
I will be right back. I have to go get a glass of water.
Cool.
Alright, no problem.
I have water here.
Whoa!
So, this is some top secret shit that's probably one of the things they want us to be hush about. But, that being said, this isn't a sabotage mission. Well, so far, we can tell.
Yeah.
I think they made 2 effective creatures. Hell, this one can fucking bite through most things.
What my running theory is right now, they were doing some mining, something went kaboom, spooked the rats escaped and killed people.
Very possible.
Oh well.
It could also be they just escaped because, yeah.
But it seems like the guy was keeping them out in the vacuum.
So,
So who knows?
I don't know.
It's almost as if we have a whole bunch of black space that we can explore and discover more.
Oh, by the way, this thing was fucking tighter than the other one, and I actually got it, so I knew it was an off day. Proof.
Oh, God.
I'm back.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
water.
It bothered me for something.
So we killed all the rats.
As far as the research says, yes.
Unless rats how long does it take a rat to gestate?
Can these one even reproduce based off the genetic thing?
There is no reproductive data in Dr. Blank's records.
Can I try to figure out if they could reproduce, or were they no longer able to after the genetic modification?
There is no records of that nature. However, he has the records of these 5 individual rats, and they are all female, according to his data.
Okay. Well, even if they could reproduce, apparently they're all rats. The rats were female, so unless they could grow a dick, I don't think they could do much.
Well, I mean, there is.
You remember an old bee movie? Pan will find a way.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
But no, that does seem improbable.
Why don't we keep exploring, go through the lab, and pop out in that little area?
Sounds no problem. And might be some goodies in there that's hidden away. Having access to it might be useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baboon. Little
Can-
Babowski.
We look around and see if there's any goodies.
Yeah, Clank, I'll let you make a make an investigation check.
All right. Okay. Call my dog an advantage.
Yes. All right. So, the lab equipment in here is specialized for its purposes of this sort of animal research, but there's a lot of tools in here that would have a high resale value if you were to take them. Not a lot of things here will have much use for you, unless you're going to get into genetic engineering of monstrosities.
Fair enough.
Or animal experimentation. But there are a lot of drugs and scanners and testing and micropipettes and things. But
I mean, you could probably take some of these flasks and shit and find a bald chemistry teacher who wants to make some illicit drugs. Something.
Oh, I can also make drugs.
Oh gosh, there's a game coming out that actually has a reference to Breaking Bad in it. Now
Sounds
that I
fun.
think about it, it's hilarious.
Is this
Okay.
another automatic door?
Yes, you are able to open the next door. Although this one did not open automatically. You had to press the button. But when you did,
Automatic.
but when you did press the button, it then slid open, revealing a hallway.
Whoa.
I traverse it with my chariot.
All right, as Stray Justice
I-
bravely traverses the dreaded hallway, it turns, revealing yet more hallway, a clear and easy path for the chariot to slide upon.
We need to find a fire extinguisher and give it to him. Just
No,
Oh,
no.
there's definitely a fire extinguisher in the lab.
I grab the fire extinguisher and have evil intentions as I smile at Hesky, and Hesky smiles back.
As I'm seeing all this, I just start grabbing shit quickly. That's worth the most value.
I
and then
go,
fucking
hey,
dip.
Stray Justice, that chariot you have, it really needs some sort of propulsion. And I give Stray Justice the fire extinguisher.
This doesn't look like a horse.
Don't worry about it. If you push it in the opposite the direction you want to pull the pin, and then squeeze the trigger in the opposite direction you want to go, and you will go very fast.
Is this one of those grenade you informed me of?
No, this is not a grenade.
I
I
pull
see.
out a grenade. This is.
That's not a grenade. This is a grenade.
You see, Max pulling a pen. It's quite the difference, isn't it? Damn it.
Stray Justice, do you use
Yes.
the fire extinguisher propulsion?
Yes.
Things I learned playing Space Station 13.
Dear God, if you give this man a concussion, Jamila.
Oh, I'm sure his head's thick enough.
It's just equivalent of bullying a child.
Ow.
Stray Justice, the door opens automatically and you slide out
Oh.
and spin into the center of this room. Which seems to be a large, kind of boring room. I don't know what to say. A crossroads of the station.
Neat.
Well done.
All right.
I just walk around the fuzz.
Stray, you do realize you don't need to listen to Jamila like that, right?
Nonsense. Was that fun, Stray? Did you enjoy it?
It seems to be an effective mode of locomotion.
It did exactly. See?
You know, sometimes I think you don't realize we're on a job here.
Sometimes you just need to have fun.
As I'm pocketing more shit in my pocket. Yeah.
I was under the impression that we killed the rats.
Well, remember that picture earlier? As I take it back out.
No.
This one right here.
Huh.
It's not a rat. It's something much fucking bigger.
Were we hired to kill that as well?
We are hired to kill every weird creature here.
I see.
And apparently there's more than just rats. So I would be on guard. But based off of the last rats, we can probably have a good guess that these ones have some sort of psychic power and are vulnerable to thunder.
Is that a door to the north of us?
Yes. Yes, that is a large, reinforced door.
So, the
Will
only
you open
question
it?
is which way?
Yes, which
All
way
right,
will
we
you
got
go?
south, east, and north. North and south seem to be big fuck off things, or we can keep going down hallways.
I would prefer hallways because we might be able to find the control panels to find the cameras.
Yeah.
Then we can actually know what the hell the things are and if there's any survivors.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go find the camera room.
All right.
Eating.
Get off of me, you old fucking fuck.
You enter into a series of doors, all directions.
You know what? To be extra safe.
You see,
but
nameplates, or you see rather not nameplates, but you see that each one of these four rooms are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4.
based off of all the rooms, all the rooms have cameras in them so far?
More or less.
Okay.
Not every hallway has been fully covered. There are definitely dead spots, but it looks like the rooms have different cameras.
But at least it has a camera. Might not cover everything, but it has something.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to cast remote control.
Okay.
Sorry, remote access. As I put on my goggles and take out a little keyboard. And look,
Okay.
basically try to access any cameras within 120 feet of me. So basically all the rooms around us, the 4. See if there's cameras and if there's
Yes.
anything inside.
All right. Let me see. 120 feet goes out to like so. Yeah. Okay.
Are these things okay, Clank, are these things transmitting?
Are you talking about the rats?
No, the cameras.
Not quite, but I'm doing, I have a port, basically. Allows me to fuck with the system.
Clank, you do detect that there is a camera in this room. As you remote access into that nearest camera. And there's one camera over here, just within your range, and then there is another camera up here, also in your range. Which one would you like to access?
The closest one right now.
Okay. I'll just remove the tile, as you can see. This camera reveals to you some sort of very basic kitchen, and with a pair of corpses in it. A human and a tabaxi. The tabaxi seems to have been wearing some sort of security vest.
I see.
Died with there's a half-eaten laser pistol next to it.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm gonna point to that door and say and describe what was in it. So, and apparently these rooms around here don't have any cameras or anything.
Yeah,
They're
there's
probably
no
resident.
there are
There's
no
probably
Cameras like in meat rooms, I was saying.
or
Or
yeah,
is there
they're
any?
probably personal rooms.
Is there any?
there are no cameras in these 5 rooms, but there is a camera up this way.
Okay. Can I look at that one next?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Just remove that whole block. There's that block on. There we go. Alright. As you remove that camera, or as you peer through the cameras up here, you see that there is a hallway, which has like one camera looking through it. It seems empty, as far as you can tell, although there are blind spots. And then the other camera seems to be in some sort of maintenance room. There is robotic arms and tools for maintaining equipment. You see that there is another data log on the table next to a broken suit of exo armor. Or exosuit.
I give them about the next couple of hallways up ahead are going to be clear. Is there any electronics in the other rooms, like computers?
There is a data log in this room. Other than that, there are what seem to you to be personal computers, and things like that. The normal equipment. I mean, there's electronics everywhere.
I know. I was just saying, like, if there's like
There's
maybe this was the camera room and it didn't have a camera in it, so
Yeah.
no. Okay.
No. You find some people's, Nintendo Switch. There's an Xbox.
A PS.
PS6. So
Seems
on.
like these rooms around us are also just personal quarters. There is a data log in this one though, so maybe it's something useful, or it might just be some porn. I don't know. But if it tells us more about any of the creatures, I recommend looking.
Yeah.
I open
Is
the
the
door.
data log the
As you
item that
attempt to
conjured the
open
ghost?
Yes.
As you attempt to open this door, it is locked from the inside. It requests a security override, as this is locked. This is a privacy lock. You have the security passwords. You can't override.
All right, then I would like to do that.
All right. You find a private room with two corpses lying in their beds.
Don't eat
Stray
'em.
Justice. Stray Justice? You wouldn't want to eat them. There's absolutely no meat on them.
Right, yeah.
Actually, that's not true. That's not true. They died of thirst instead of starvation.
What's on the log?
This data log. It's a last recording of one of the two men in here. He looks quite sickly as he's recording. He says the damn rats have gone out of control. I think everyone else is dead. We locked ourselves in here. We've tried to get down to the kitchen, but they're out there. We don't know what to do. James tried to make a run for the console. He didn't make it. I think this is probably the end. And that's the end of his data.
Say. Well, sadly, we didn't get much out of that.
He should have tried playing music really, really loudly.
They might not. Keep in mind, the access that we got was restricted, and I assume they didn't have weaponry like this. As I pull out my gauntlets, it like shimmers a bit.
Then he should have tried hitting them really, really hard.
I totally agree with you, Stray Justice. He should have tried hitting him really, really hard.
Alas. I'm gonna
rest
leave
of
the
the-
room.
The rest of the rooms don't seem to be of any electronic notes, and the rooms up ahead is a safe one.
Yeah, I'm having a feeling that this is the kitchen, so I'll peek my head in there, because that looks like a galley.
My
Yes.
instincts
Well.
are telling me there is something in this room.
There is food here.
There is some. I point at Heskey and Jamela. No grilled cheese.
You're no fun. Plus, they probably don't have grilled cheese here.
My
A
brother.
ghost box.
Oh, I was wrong.
Gabe.
Infirmary.
Yes. Yes, you find, indeed, this is the infirmary. You see the dead body of a woman, who has, suffered the same sort of injuries as everyone else. Blood pooling from the nose and eyes, and acid burns on the body. From her scrubs, you can tell that she was a doctor of some sort. It looks like she had a mechanical arm, a mechanical third arm, but this has been mostly gnawed away until only the scraps remain. This is a common device used by doctors in order to sort of replace an orderly. There is a couple of beds and also a medical pod for putting a patient in stasis for longer term, for, putting someone in stasis for
Cryostasis.
a longer,
Are there
a
buttons?
cryostasis if they need medical treatment that the doctor cannot provide. There are buttons.
Is there anyone in the station? Like the cryo
There-
thing?
There is no one in the stasis pod.
Okay. I'm about to say, if there's someone in there, I was not gonna let a lizard man poke some random button.
But we do have a data disk.
What is
Yes.
this thing, by the way, on the floor?
Mhm.
Is that the woman?
That's the doctor.
That is the one.
Oh,
That is the doctor.
I thought that was the doctor. I thought.
You scroll in.
No. This is looks like one of the other engineers, one of the other miners.
Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, I guess activate to this.
Okay. Give me one moment, because for some reason,
Yeah.
the text that I wrote for that data log is not showing up on that data log.
It's just
Oh,
corrupted.
no.
I'm gonna blame Roll20 for deleting my text.
You can say it
Um,
was corrupted. And not possible if you can't find it.
I mean, I know I'm gonna give you the data, but I wrote it as a thing, and I can't just read the thing now, so I have to do it. I have to ad lib
okay.
it. Um,
I was just saying those words, but
yes. All right. This data log is another one by Dr. Blank. Dr. Blank. Dr. Blank's log, day 40. Something unusual has been discovered today. I noticed one of the Ilthirats, the one I've called Jenny. I noticed that her body was bloated in some way while they were working today. It didn't seem to affect her appetite, but wanting to study it, I brought her to medical in order to perform some deep tissue scans. We found something unexpected. It seems that Jenny is pregnant. Now,
Burn the place.
fuck.
Burn it.
Now this should be impossible. The Ilthirats were all created using exclusively female rat DNA, and are all phenotypically female. Or at least they were. I'll have to check. See if that's changed. I'm reminded of an old movie. But that seems unlikely. I think it's more likely to do with something with the aberration component. Still, Dr. Stitch wants me to terminate her, but I have to admit curiosity. I want to see what'll happen, and what form these children will take. I will continue updating as pregnancy continues.
Wait a minute. Oh. Fuck.
Additional rats.
Yes. I was hoping I would be right on my theory, but fuck me, I guess. Either way, be on guard. I guess we can continue looking up north. It seemed to be clear from the cameras.
Yeah.
A little disappointed.
Well, I mean, who knows where they got it?
No, I'm saying I'm disappointed that they did breed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're making omelets. You don't know what eggs you're using.
To be fair, you type of people are weird. Always changing Asian. Why don't we just pick a lane?
Is this a workshop we're sitting in now?
Yes, this seems to be like a workshop, someplace for people to maintain tools, repair things. There's a half repaired exosuit, like the one you saw in the first room. Taken apart, seems to be undergoing some sort of repairs or maintenance. There is a massive robotic arm for moving heavy objects, and there's a variety of tools. Any sort of tools you would need for simple repairs or machining new parts.
Now this
At
is
least
more
up to a
like
certain scale.
More
We
like
should
it.
build Clank an extra arm
I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to be the wisest idea. They are usually quite flimsy, as far as I'm aware. And based off the day alone, I almost got 8 in 3 times.
Hey, but you could have like a third arm to do, and like I bring out the Jamela brings out her pseudopod and like pats him on the head and just goes, you could do you can do extra work with like a third mechanical arm, you know?
I have Sebastian here, as I pull out like a little spider robot.
Yeah, whatever.
Is there any goodies for me in here I could find?
If you need a toolkit, yes. If you've already got toolkits, not so much.
Well, I might have some toolkits I don't have.
Mhm.
So what toolkit would I have?
I don't know.
Tinker.
Machining, general tinker's tools. Anything that you would need to like, repair, industrial equipment.
All right, I will definitely take that because I needed a set.
Nice.
All right then.
I like
And there's
Tinker
another
tools.
data disk on the table.
I'm going to activate.
As you
Hit
activate it,
done,
this
blink.
activate it, this one displays a hologram of a engineer named Smithson, according to the data log. A new tool has just been delivered from corporate. Some organic gene-sliced monstrosities. Ugly blighters. But they're supposed to help automate a lot of the mining here in space. This NDA they had us sign is no joke either. Tie you up in court for the rest of your life. Probably. But, looking over the specifications for these things, no need for air. They literally just eat rock and shit out the valuables. We're being relieved of our quota for this quarter while we try out these things, so the boys are happy to get to take things easy. They just sent us 5 critters to test with, along with a Dr. Blank to care for and monitor their health. Oh well, at least I'll have time to catch up on the maintenance on the rest of our tools. And that's his log.
Super. Add. Well,
Yeah,
this was
it's science gone awry.
well. To be fair, you can. I think I'm also science guy, right? So I'm not too.
I mean, same here.
Should
thought
we
you were-
hold on to
I thought you were
these
born like that.
ghost boxes?
I mean,
There's no point
yes,
to,
but
I think.
also, I was created in a lab.
You are?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling you haven't eaten people.
Very true.
Yes. As I squint. I'm joking. Well, has it been 10 minutes since I last cast access?
Yes.
Just clarifying.
Mhm.
Well, I guess, which way do you guys want to go? Up or down? Side?
I say we go up because that middle part seeming like a very big ominous thingamajig.
Is
No,
that
that's
not
the
the landing
bay.
station?
Yeah,
That's
the
the
bay.
thing we couldn't get our ship in. Yeah, no.
Yes. But to be fair, those might be something in there. I am still hoping we could find some way to access all the cameras so we can know where things are.
Stray Justice, as you approach, this door is not automatic.
I see.
I'm just gonna let him figure it out for a second and see what he tried to do.
Where is the handle?
I point at the keypad and then put it in the code.
Jamela, Heskey, where are you guys at during this? When this door opens? Alright, Clank, you enter in the code, and the door opens. As Stray Justice, as you walk in, I'm going to have all of you make a perception check. Stray Justice, because you have never encountered this technology before, you will have disadvantage.
Okie dokie. 3.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, take away that 4.
Okay.
Oh God.
Alright. Everyone who did not get at least a 12 is surprised. Roll initiative as the automated turrets come online. So let's see. Stray Justice is surprised. Gabe is surprised. Jamela is... That would be... Heskey is surprised, I think.
Oh, sorry.
And... Mhm.
How did?
And Jamela, did you make Jamela's perception? Oh, also a 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jamela
Also
did hers.
surprised.
Yeah, it was a 10. They're like Kesky and Jamela are like chatting with each other. And like
Alright.
Heskey somehow got a higher initiative than Jamela. Go. Let's go.
All right. Let's switch over to some combat-y music. All right. As soon as you open this door, suddenly on swivels, some automated defense turrets power up and draw lasers on Stray Justice.
Hey, what's that?
Run.
What's
my
that?
God.
Fucking dome.
Hey, what's that? You get shot in the chest for 21 damage. Oh shit!
Okay.
Justice is down.
That's like a straight up dome shot.
All right. All right, Clank.
After seeing what's that dome, I am going to say, oh shit, activate my mobile pack
Mm-hmm.
and dash all the ways up there, which I'm trying to move myself, but I'm not gonna do. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
This is the control panel, right?
It is.
I am going to try to access it and turn off the turrets.
Okay. Give me, in order to do this in a single action, let me check something real quick.
Alright, continue.
Okay.
Oh, she has wild magic. Oh, I could do this.
Okay. I will allow you to do this, but it will require a difficult computers check. I will say DC 20. You can do it as a single action.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Nice.
All
I'll
right.
try.
All right, Clank. You start getting into this. You start getting into the system, but it is going to simply take you even though you know how to do this, it's still going to take you a few more seconds to figure out the system and where where all of the buttons are.
Where's the off button? Where's the off button?
All right. Stray Justice, make a death save.
Yep.
All right. There's one failure accumulated.
Yep.
Heskey is surprised. Heskey is no longer surprised.
All right.
Automated turret. This automated turret is going to turn and fire at the Clank with a nat 1. These turrets are being very very crit filled today. All right.
That's a fellow robot.
Jamel?
We don't hit back.
Jamela is no longer surprised. Gabe is no longer surprised. Top of the new round. Let's this one has downed one target and will now re-target onto a new target.
Oh no.
A 10 will not hit Clank.
Clank's off me.
Mm-hmm. Clank, you were the center of a laser light show.
Seems about right.
Going to try and assume direct control of the automated turrets again. You may try again. And again, this is a DC 20 computers check.
Nice.
Panics.
Unfortunate.
Apparently bullets make it hard to focus.
Indeed. Alright. Stray
Six
Justice. Uh-oh. That is getting dangerous. Heskey.
Didn't it get you like exactly on a down?
Yes,
Husky can't stabilize because
I had
medicine.
21 hit points and I took 21 damage.
So would you be stable or would you be bleeding out?
No, that's not how that works.
Oh.
Husky's gonna try to grab Stray Justice. So 1, 2. How does that work again for drag?
It basically every square counts as 2. So,
5, 10.
so it's basically halves your movement. So if you move 10 feet there, you have 20 feet left, so you can drag him back 10 feet.
Okay,
If
I'm
you
gonna drag him
dash,
back 10 feet.
all right.
Well,
So
I
you
can't,
you
I
can
can't
get him
dash
that
'cause
far
I used
without
the
using.
action to bring him.
I think I'm incapacitated, so I don't
Yeah.
require an action
You
to pick up.
you can grab a
Okay, I'm gonna
corpse
dash
or
him back
incapacitated ally as an item interaction.
Okay, cool. I drag him even more and go, Gabe, quick, we gotta save him.
All right. Well, this turret only has one target, so it's going to keep shooting at Clank.
Oh.
That
A
one hits.
22. That one will hit. All right. 7 radiant damage. Clank, you can't shrug. You can't shrug these laser blasts off forever.
Yep.
Jamela, your turn.
I'm gonna jump in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then I'm just gonna use my action to dodge.
All right. Gabe.
Cure wounds.
Ooh, cast the
1d8
Cure
plus spell
Wounds.
that has mod. So. Oh,
7? Question mark. Calling it. Guessing.
I mean, you keep getting 6s, so.
That's my prediction. Lock it
Okay,
in.
so I don't. How do I do this?
It's a slash R.
roll.
Ah,
So
there we go. Oh,
Fine.
Yep.
that's 5 hit points.
I mean, that's 5
It works.
that's 5 more than dead.
Yeah.
All right. I have an automated turret now. These turrets are not smart, so I'm going to flip a coin to determine which target I should. I'm going to roll a d2. 1, it's Jamela. 2, it's Clank.
Nice.
All right, that is a shot at Clank.
Oh no.
A 23
That
will hit Clank.
Oh,
Clank
no.
is downed. All right. Clank, you are down. Please make a death saving throw. Oh no!
Oh no.
All right. Clank is sparking in an ungood fashion. That is not what that is supposed to look like. Stray Justice, you are prone, but it is your turn, and you may act.
How did I leave the room?
I saved your butt. Okay, I brought you back. Oh, by the way, you're very heavy.
Ah. I'm gonna stand up. So. Were there rats?
No turrets.
I'm just imagining you're being peppered with bullets and you're just dodging.
I'm outside the room. Yeah, so using 15 feet to stand up gives me pretty limited options, but I guess I have total cover if I go here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll end my turn.
All right.
I do have
Pesky.
total cover, right? Yeah.
I mean, I would say that if your intention is to be in total cover, like you're pressed up against the wall, then yeah.
15.
You could maybe make an argument that you've only got +5, but regardless, it's gonna shoot at Jamela first.
Fair.
Screw it. We're gonna use that.
And you definitely have total cover
that
from this
Tides
one.
of Chaos
Yeah.
to give
Tides of
myself
Chaos?
advantage on this roll, and I will shoot that turret
Okay.
with a firebolt.
All right. You have advantage. Roll again. You might crit.
Ooh, crit fish, yes. I hate how, like, the firebolt I use that hits is just immediately a 25. It's like, thanks, thanks. I really, damn it.
right.
Anyways, Husky's gonna. Actually,
Okay,
first
20.
free tactics roll.
Okay. Yes.
Woo!
That's funny. Where was that?
All right. Right. So first things first. I just wanted to say I talked to Kakashi about this before, but I just want to reiterate for you. Because you use Tides of Chaos. Tides of Chaos is an ability that I don't really like the wording of, or rather that because how it works is anytime before you regain the use of this feature, the DM can choose to have you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell first level or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the change here? I'm concerned now.
the change is that it's I will always choose to do that, because if I'm allowed to say no, then I'll never think to use it.
Very true.
If I try and be like, I have to wait for the right moment. So the change is, if you have Tides of Chaos, which if you haven't used, which I have marked with the little swirly icon, the next leveled spell you use, I will activate a Wild Magic Surge.
YOLO. We go big or
Kakashi
go
was very
home.
happy about this for the record.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
So I'm just letting you know that that's the deal with that. Anyway, then you struck the turret with a firebolt. That's very good. You hit, damage dealt. The turret has a damage. Oh, I'm sorry. It has a resistance that applies here. You have learned a thing before your tactics check. It is resistant to fire damage. But it has a damage vulnerability. It has damage resistances. It has
Give me the damage
some-
vulnerability.
All right.
But go ahead.
I don't even want to hear the rest of the options. The damage vulnerability is lightning. It will short the fuck out if you hit it with lightning damage.
So electricity?
Yes. Any
Okay.
sort of electricity.
Hesky's like,
Any-
yo, use your fists, Jamela. And I'm like, oh, shh. Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Will that conclude Hesky's turn?
That concludes Hesky's turn.
All right. Then I have a turret with only one valid target, and that is Jamela, but it has disadvantage
Do it.
because of your dodge. And a 14, I imagine, does not
That's a
hit the
negative,
monk.
Ghost Rider.
All right. Jamela, it is now your turn.
I dodge out of the turret, like, just whoop. And then I go, oh, you're dead now. And I run straight towards it. Fists style. You question. Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit. You crunch it. You crunch it through its armored body,
8
dealing.
bludgeoning, 8 electric.
All right. Your fist crunches the exoskeleton, and the shocks scorch through the VI system operating it. This is now a broken and shorted out turret. It will require
Well, I use the rest
more
of
than
my
mending
movement.
to fix.
I use the rest of my movement to go here, and then I will, let's go. Let's pop that key, and use, whatever, I forgot what it was, Flurry of Blows to do 2 more.
Yeah.
Yep. Key point for Flurry of Blows. Good thing you
Fudge.
did, because the 8 misses.
I don't
Nice.
think a 21 will
21.
miss. Bam, bam.
All right. Because that is vulnerable to the electric damage, that will kill it.
Ah, let's go! I yell to the others, quick, we need medical aid in here. And now Hesky's
All right.
very nervous because Hesky just used the thing. I also just
All right.
messaged-
We're
I
not
messaged
going to
Richie,
break
by the way.
initiative yet because we have someone who is downed and making death saves.
Yeah.
And they already have 1 fail. So
Error.
we're not going to break
Error.
initiative just yet. Gabe. 'Cause I don't know if Gabe can get there this turn.
No, nope. Wouldn't be able to move fast enough to get to. Clank.
No, because you're gonna have to dash to get to Clank and help them next round.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me.
Unless you
Yeah,
had a
it is
Misty
touch.
Step in that build that I don't know about.
Nope, I don't. So I'll just dash, get as close as I can.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Oh, wow. Boom.
All right, Clank. Don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1.
Ayo.
You're fine.
Hey.
All right, and I assume we can probably just break initiative here. Gabe's gonna do either a lay on hands or a cure wounds.
I'll do a cure wounds because it might have a little bit more than just lay on hands.
Okay.
Boop. Beep. Up. Hey, 9.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. 9 hit points. Clank is no longer dying. Move the
I
just-
death save trackers.
I just get up. Did I save the day?
No, that was me. As I still have a piece of the freaking automated turret on my fist.
Well. Thumbs. That was fun getting shot.
Why did walking into the room hurt the first time?
I point at the turrets, and just go like, they fire at things that move.
Ah. It is a shame that the rats never opened this door.
I think that's why they were put here for the rat. If they do, can we activate
Absolutely.
this thing?
Mhm.
Oh, yo, that bitch did.
Yes, you've seen this this handsome fuzzy face before. As you play as the hologram of Security Officer Hush, a tabaxi comes up. Security log 91822023. Security Officer Hush recording. 1 death to report today. It's never easy. One of the miners, Ernie Ford, suddenly collapsed on the job. The other miners said he was having, he had a sudden seizure, profuse nosebleed before he went still. We transferred him to medical as fast as we could, but, Doc said he was dead on arrival. Dr. Stitch examined the body, declared the cause of death was a sudden bursting of a blood vessel in the brain. Quote, massive stroke. Nothing short of a miracle the second it happened could have saved him, she says. And there are no clerics down in the mines. I asked how a man as young and healthy as Mr. Ford could have such a thing happen, but she says it's unfortunate and rare, but nothing unheard of. Ford was a good man. It'll fall to me to write the message we sent his family. I hate this part of the job. End log.
I see. So this is the security room. Very secure.
You're able to look into the other 2 rooms quite easily. There seems to be some sort of someone's office with chairs for guests. Nothing remarkable about it. Could be the HR desk in any office building.
That's safe.
It is. There is a safe in the corner.
Could we possibly maybe do a short rest? Because that really beat up a ton of us.
I mean,
One more thing before we talk about possible short rest, although it's certainly possible that you can attempt that. Up here, in this room, you see that this seems to be the station's communications area. It seems to be connected to the radio and the radar systems that the station uses, and also seems to control the hangar.
Oh. Oh, that's that big room to the left.
Yes. In fact, Clank, you are now able to access the station's cameras from here, from the security desk. You can now see through all the cameras in the station. So over here, you can see that this big room to your west is the hangar, and it seems empty. There seems nothing in the hangar itself. Let's see. You can, as you see down here, below where you left the chair, this seems to be a large industrial airlock, and and some sort of generator room, providing secondary power to the places below there.
Oh, right. Those places are. Ugh. Right. They're
And
that's in a vacuum. Right.
and there are no cameras beyond that point. So at this point you have camera feeds over basically the entire room. You do realize that the Dr. Blank's room, while it had a camera, it seems to be on its own circuit. It seems Dr. Blank had his own security cameras that were not hooked into the station's feeds. But from here, you can monitor. You seem to be able to monitor all of the other rooms that you've explored so far.
Do I see any rats in the big hangar?
You see no sign of rats or any other life in the big hangar.
Okay. Well, apparently there's no more rats in this section of us. The only part that it might be left is the airlocked one. At least.
I see.
With the radar stuff, can we tell if there's life forms inside? Like, do a ping inside?
Unfortunately, it does not have the equipment that would be necessary for that. But you can tell from here that the airlock is reporting that the mine, which is what the security station refers to the area beyond it, is currently pressurized with a breathable atmosphere.
All right. I went up that.
It seems to your understanding that this airlock was installed as a failsafe in case the mines depressurized, but are currently kept pressurized. Or, yeah.
I see.
But in case of a mine accident, breaking into the atmosphere, breaking into the vacuum,
Okay.
the whole station would not be lost.
Well, if there's any more rats, it's gonna have to be down in the mines. As that's also where the only place to survive could be. Because there's none up here as far as we can tell. Unless they're stuck in the room. But that's highly doubtful.
At this point in time, they probably starved or dehydrated to death.
Yes, that's my point. But yes. I think a rest would be good. After getting burrowed in, my mind fucked a bit and also shot. I could use a second to repair myself.
Yeah.
But it will take me a lot long. Based off all the damage I've already taken, it's gonna take me a lot longer than an hour or two.
Should we return to our ship?
What does everyone think?
I mean, our supplies are there, and we now know this area. We can just get to the part we need to get to lickety split.
I see no issue with it. But before we go, I do want to try to pick this safe.
You're oiling out. Was just like, I need safe.
Well, you know, money's nice. Also, if there's a vault, then that means there's something valuable in it. It might be some secret codes that helps us later. Maybe it's a gun that was, or maybe it's a controller that can like burst all the rats' heads in. I don't fucking know. We're doing it for job reasons, obviously. Not for my own curiosity and greed.
Go on then.
Thieves' tools, I'm guessing.
Yep, make a thieves' tools check. With intelligence.
Oh, with intelligence. I almost did dex.
In this case, it's like, you know, you're hacking the pin pad.
Okay.
This isn't like a pick in the lock situation. This is a slicing into the computer situation. Yeah, okay, 23. That'll do. Or 26 rather. Guidance. Yes, the safe clicks open, and you reveal the contents. There is a stack of personnel files on the people here, and it's all being held down by a solid bar of platinum.
How much is this platinum worth?
10,000
platinum. Oh no. That's a lot of
10,000 gold, basically.
credits.
Yeah, 10,000 credits.
Here we go. All of that goes to the ship repair.
And us.
So
It's worth about one Jamela piloting accident.
I was about to say, hey, I bet all of that's gonna go towards the piloting accident.
blank is so split.
Ah, secret paper.
Yes, very secret paper. As I pick up the platinum and put it in my jacket. Well,
Alright.
we better if it might be useful to go through some of these papers. As
Which
I
I
bring
will help with.
Do you know how to read?
Yes.
What's this word say?
12.
That says the.
No, he can read. He can read.
Oh. I'm actually genuinely surprised. Let me surprised. I thought you wouldn't be able to. Anyway, I went to the vault. I found the personnel files.
Barbarians haven't been illiterate since 3rd edition.
Well, I assumed it because, primitive and advanced.
Yes, but in this case, he's learned enough to get by eating people. So
Yes, I learned Space Common.
since he learned the language, I will assume that he picked up literacy with that language at the same time.
Oh, okay. This.
Just not necessarily like intuitive concepts,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
like figures of speech and stuff.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I picked the safe. I did find personnel files of everyone here, and also repair funds. As I glare at certain slime.
I am taking this disc.
Why are you? You're not
All
sure
right.
what happened. Does anyone want to look at the files? I don't know. Let's just check and make sure. If there's nothing else, then yeah, let's head back.
All right.
right.
All right.
All right. So you guys head back to your ship.
I take all the
you're-
other discs.
Noted.
I take the.
Stray
Oh,
Justice.
sorry.
Stray Justice gathers all the discs up. All right.
I'm gonna be taking that big ass suit, exo suit.
Okay. You will take the exosuit, the power lifter.
Yeah. and
You
the
might need
necessary
to fight an alien queen in it one day.
My thought process was to make myself stronger with it.
Mm-hmm. You might be able to make yourself like a belt of hill giant strength out of it or something.
Integrate yourself into it.
Mm-hmm.
Make myself instead of 5 foot, 6 foot. Become normal height.
All right. But yeah, you guys are planning on going back to your ship and taking a rest.
Yes.
Gather your tokens at the gate. All right. Yeah. Well, you were able to make your way back here. You're able to grab those data disks. You're able to grab the power suit and make your way back onto your ship. How long of a rest are you planning on taking? Long rest or short rest?
I need a long rest.
I see
Yeah.
Stray Justice is also stealing the chair. Very important.
You know, we have to be fun. I took a suit.
Anyway, yes. So, my question again. Are we taking a long rest or a short rest?
I mean, it's not like they're going anywhere. We
Yeah.
can just take a long rest.
As far as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know, everyone's already dead.
Does this reset
Mhm.
the wild magic surge, or is that still going? I'm okay with it
That
still
will-
going if it is.
That will reset the wild magic surge due to the wording of Tides of Chaos. Once you
Touche.
do so, you must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again. Anytime before you
Yeah.
regain the use of this feature. Yeah. So, you have regained the use of this feature through the standard way, so I will remove the swirly symbol of death from Hesky. She is no longer about to magically explode, except the usual amount that she's always about to magically explode. As a wild magic sorcerer, there's always a little bit of that.
True.
But,
Oh,
all right, but 8 hours pass on your ship. Nothing unusual happens, unless there's anything you guys want to do, say, experience on your ship. The Ilthirats aren't going to come after you on your own ship. 8 hours will pass peacefully.
I imagine Gabe cooks everybody at least a hearty meal to go back into battle.
Grilled
Mhm.
jades.
Mhm. You have a hearty breakfast of steak and eggs,
Nice.
or whatever Gabe would cook.
had a bowl of nails for breakfast.
Gabe would cook like an old man breakfast for everybody.
Mhm.
It's just concrete. Sorry.
Gathering your party, so you will venture forth. All right.
Oh, and just for clarification,
Yes.
real quick, everyone does. I do show everyone the bar, but when I send them funds,
Mhm.
yeah, just make sure.
All right. The next day, after your long rest, you've recovered all of your resources and hit points. You make your way back in. You notice something. When you get into this room, where you had fought the Ilthirats before, their bodies. Hold on. Let me move away for a moment. Straight, so I can copy and paste. Or not copy. Their bodies are all gone.
Hmm.
Oh crap. Where did the bodies go? Stray, did you eat them?
No.
Does it look like the human corpses are more eaten than before?
No. The human corpses look as if they have, decomposed another 8 hours, but otherwise are unchanged.
What happened to the rats?
You do know. Make a perception check. Anyone who would like to make one.
Okay, 1 sec.
14.
Mhm. There is some additional wear on one of these crates. One of these crates has been chewed open. That
What's
was
in
not
here?
chewed open before. Inside, you see that there is
That was for Husky, by the way, that 19.
Okay. Inside, you see that there is, looks to have been a variety of, devices for, a bunch of computer systems and things like that, which are now all torn up, and the chipboards all eaten. Or at least a lot of them are eaten.
Fun.
Oh.
This container seems to be filled with garbage.
Hell no.
Accurate.
Yes.
This is not good. They've been eating.
I find it more confusing that they ate themselves more than this. Wait. Are the rats made from minerals? Like, does it
No.
earn a gem teeth?
Well, they do seem their teeth do seem to be mineral, but they are mostly flesh, although it is aberrant flesh
I see.
combined with
Did the ghost
rats.
Didn't the ghost
I'm
say
sorry?
that the rats ate dirt and stone?
Yes, you're right. That's what I thought. But then, why would they eat themselves? They're not made out of dirt or stone.
Hmm. There was another creature lurking around here, was there not?
Just to clarify, what did that other creature look like? The one we have the picture of?
It looked like large and bulbous with many tentacles.
Yes, you're right. But as far as we can tell, that thing doesn't have any way to open doors. So I thought the airlock would make sure that it fucking bit through it.
Hmm.
I'm very concerned that if it's that good at hiding. But yes, you're right. It could be that, but no idea where this creature came from. It might be a mutation. Wait, fuck. It's a mutation. It might have been what the rat was pregnant with, and it turned into that thing. Because there's no way they would have just genetically modified it like that.
They abused the animals, and thus one gave birth to a greater evil.
Basically, is what might have happened.
Well, no matter what, we gotta kill it.
Oh yes, definitely. But I'm concerned about its biology now.
Well, Gabe pulls out his gun. Bullets will probably kill it.
Hopefully.
Let's head deeper into the mine.
I will move you as a group here.
Okay.
I figured.
Whoa.
Oh no! Discord did the thing, or not Discord. Roll20 did the thing where it deletes
Scattered to
a
the
bunch
winds.
of tokens. For some reason.
Close enough.
Oh no, they didn't get deleted. They just didn't get moved. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. You approach the airlock. You were able to open it, and you reveal a large, empty, sort of industrial airlock. The door informs you that the way ahead is pressurized and with a breathable atmosphere. It is safe to proceed, and therefore opens without any delay or code required. As it does so, you find what is clearly the mine. Rocky floors, rough carved walls, towers of supportive stone left untouched. How do you proceed?
Do we just have that be a cliffhanger? Because we are.
Oh
missing
shit, we
one
are at
person
time.
currently, and it's about time to end, and Puzzle's tired.
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm
yes.
like, yeah, it was.
No.
a long
I
day
meant.
at
I
work
intended
today.
on ending. I intended ending at 11. I just didn't realize it was time. So yes. Yeah. This will be our cliffhanger for next time. Next time we will explore what happened or what is beyond in the abandoned mine. Thank you all for playing. That's where we're gonna leave things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sounds good.
All right, let me take us over to the stream ending page, as I will say goodnight to chat. Good night, chat. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for everybody for being here. Go follow me over on Twitter and all those things. Everyone else's Twitter handles have been up on stream the whole night, so I hope you've checked them all out as well. And
Twitter isn't charging people to use the website.
yeah,
I'm
when that
already on Blue
when that
Sky.
happened,
Woo!
believe
Sorry.
me, I would totally change if I could.
Do you
But
want
for
an
now,
invite code?
if you have an invite code to Blue Sky, I will go and start cross posting to Blue Sky. But yeah. So for now, follow me on Twitter. Soon, hopefully, follow me somewhere else. And you can go catch up on this campaign and all the other campaigns over on my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. We're gonna just say goodnight now.